So, you're thinking about a new camcorder, huh? Well, that's swell. But unless you're only going to use it to videotape fishing trips and family get-togethers, you might need a few more options. Hey, what about one of those new full-spectrum cameras? That's swell. There are several models available. Let's compare a couple and see what you get for your money.
You know, I get a lot of letters and questions about these products and how they compare. And so it makes sense to do a little quick video comparison. In this video, we won't be looking at the actual video quality. We'll be doing that in another. But what I want to do here is compare the basic features to show you where your money's going on these camcorders. So let's start with just straight unboxing these. I've got them both here, and here on top is the SVP. I'm going to set the Spectercamcorder out of the way for a moment, and let's just start with the SVP. Here you have the box it comes in. I did open this just to make sure everything was there, and that was it, but put it right back in. So here you go with the unboxing. So you open the box up, simple standard stuff here. We've got a USB power charger, wall charger. It comes with we've got a mini plug to RCA cables. Also in the box we have a USB to mini USB. We have the camcorder itself in a little nylon case. And we have a HDMI cable. A little sheet of paper on what to expect, how to use, I guess, and a camera user manual on CD. So, I mean, from the very beginning, even opening the box, you're going to see a difference here. So let's put this aside here for just a moment, at least the cable-wise, and I'm going to just leave the camcorder out, and I'm going to even put the case away. In fact, for just a moment, I think what I'll do is I'll set this camcorder aside. Now let's unbox the Spectercamcorder, and we can get an idea of what you're getting. Obviously, the box is bigger, but that doesn't mean anything. Let's find out what's inside. So we start here. We've got a vinyl pouch, Velcro pouch. Here is the camera. Take it out of the packaging. This is one that was ready to go out. And there's your Spectercamcorder. So let's set that aside and keep going here. The rest of the contents are under this package. So now we've got a written manual. So obviously right off the start, here's something that you don't get with the SVP, and that is written instructions. This is kind of nice because you can put this in your box, your loadout box for your team. And if there's questions on using this, you don't have to be in front of a computer to find out. You can go through this, see illustrated instructions on what to do, how to use the camera, and it's in several different languages. You do get the same manual on disc, along with a PDF reader, the drivers, and QuickTime on a CD as well. So from the very beginning, you can see instead of just a disc, you actually get written instructions here as well. But let's keep going. Then you come to a wall charger, pretty much the same as you would see in the other one. I mean, it's a different style, but it's a 110 to USB charger. So there's your wall charger. Here's something that you'll never see with the SVP, and that is a remote control. The remote allows you to start and stop the camera, do the basic functions out of the box. Again, where does your money going? Well, here you go. I realize that the Spectercamcorder is a more expensive product, but you get what you pay for. And I really want to point that out here by just even these basic things. So let's take this out and look at it. So here you go. You've got your camera start button. You've got basic functions like zoom in and out. You can turn the lights on and on mode. You can also zoom in and out with your remote. So here you get a wireless remote control, something you don't get with the other camera. This is a HDMI cable, standard that you see in the other. Again, a mini plug to RCA cable. so you can plug into your television or whatever you want to watch for playback, or your camera there, and a mini USB to standard USB cable. So cabling wise, it's pretty much the same, but you do get a couple things here just opening the box that you don't get with the SVP, and one is a wireless remote control, and you do not get a written instruction manual with the SVP camcorder. So let's set all this stuff aside and go to the cameras themselves. Size-wise, you're going to notice they're actually fairly close to size in some respects, and let me show you how I'm looking at that. As far as height-wise, if you hold them this direction, they're almost identical. Spectercamcorder's fatter. Let's go to the side here. This is the business end as far as the controls go on the camcorder, and here's the business end on this SVP model, if you can see that. I'm recording this through my look-see, so I'm kind of having to guess here at times where I'm pointing. But as you can see, they both are kind of similar size, but the SVP model is much lighter. Not that either one of them is heavy, and it's thinner, as you can see here. They both do have a tripod mounting socket, but the camcorder right out of the box, as you can see, has something that the SVP doesn't, and that is a handle or a hand strap to put on your hand so you can actually hold this without having to squeeze it. The SVP comes with a little leash. In fact, mine didn't even come with that, but it's got a spot for one. I've been told it's supposed to. And so you have to hold it. You have to grip it at all times. If you let it go, it's going to fall. Unlike the camcorder, you get startled, you bump into something, you try to grab yourself, you open your hand, you're going to find yourself, losing this camera, whereas this one you're going to hold. Something that's important to me anyway is the ergonomics of this. The way you hold this camcorder is very similar to most camcorders, and therefore it's kind of a muscle memory built in. It's really easy to grip. The controls are right here under your thumb. The SVP, similar, but this grip style here, for me anyway, isn't as ergonomic. And here's the one thing I found myself doing with these little guys. That is getting my fat fingers up in front of the lens, because again, there's nothing to keep it from sliding up. A little indentation here, but it really is so small. They're both tiny. Really, you can get a finger in front of the lens or other objects. So here we're looking at it again, real quickly. The control buttons. The HDMI out and such is under this port. Here's some outs there. Okay, so let's actually turn these on and open them up. You know what? Before I do that, let's look at one more thing. Admittedly, this camera has an upgrade on it, and this one doesn't. However, this camera, the Spectercamcorder, is the only camera of the two that allows you to have this upgrade, and that's important, and that is it has a filter ring. So if you want to, you can get any 27mm filter, put the filter right on. Here's a UV filter. And I've got a filter on the camera with a filter ring, if you can see that. If you want to do that with your SVP model, good luck. It comes with nothing. There's no way to put anything on here. It doesn't have it. Just don't get it. So again, there's an important feature. And you're going to see this feature that's extremely important here in a moment on this camera, which the SVP does not, and that is infrared. This is the only full spectrum camera on the market that comes out with standard onboard infrared 3 LEDs. These are high quality units built right into the camera. The SVP does have a flash. Trying to use that a few times, after you do that, you'll find out it doesn't work. And if you're in video mode anyway, it's not going to work. It's only for stills. It just doesn't work real well. But it does have a flash. The camcorder will use the infrared as a flash on stills if it needs to. it'll turn the IRs on for just a moment, and it'll turn the IR on and leave them on for video, whereas the SVP only for stills. So again, another very important feature that you're paying for here. So let's get them on. The SVP opens up, swivels, see, and comes right on. And as you can see, I'm under incandescent lighting. Things have a purple hue to them. Pretty standard on these camcorders. I'm going to set that down. Let's open up the Spectercamcorder, see what we get here. Instantly, you get a very quick turn on. You get a video screen from my company, SpecterCam, greeting on it, and that is because this camera, unlike the SVP, has been totally reprogrammed. There's been software changes made, there's been upgrades made. This camera is just the way you'd buy it from the factory. This one's not. So let's look real quick at a very important feature here. To scroll through the menus on the SVP model, let me see if I can do this, because I have a hard, and I'm not faking this because this is my stuff on the line. I have a hard time getting through the menus on this. The menu button is here. You push it, and then you can scroll up and down using the wide telephoto, and you have to push another button to, oops, see, there's what I'm talking about, to go to other things. So you can get out of there, menu, is it this one? There it is. So here's where you flip through menu items and go through. Okay. There you go.